Hey guys, welcome to Downtown Tailoring. Sorry for the background noise, we are doing dry clean at the same time. Today's job is fantastic. We are going to work in a patch, and remember, not everything in sewing is written in stone. So the patch of today is very unconventional, but it looks wonderful. So let's go. This is the pants of our customer. It has two huge holes in the knee area, and the customer used it for a long time like that, but now the customer told me that it would be better if I cover them. I offer another kind of patch that is filled with thread instead of jeans material. I have this thread which is very similar to the original thread of the jean, you see, pretty much similar, very similar. And I have this one which is a little bit more lighter blue, you see. So I put them together because I'm not quite sure which one I wanna choose. One is more the exact color and the other is more, the undertones are better because the undertone of the gray is like a yellowish, and I think it won't look good. It will look like a little dirty, but the other I think will look better. So I think I made my decision. I will use the blue line. I will start by opening my sides. I open my sides because I find it easier to maneuver the job going back and forth with the patch. And this is a chain stitch, and chain stitch is the easiest to open because the pants are a little bit old. I have to remove a few stitches at the back too, and I'm pulling both at the same time, and you see, very easy. Now I have access to the patch. It make it very easy, and I will open the other side because I found easier to work both at the same time. I repeat exactly the same and pull. I'd say that this is an intermediate, not easy to open, not too hard neither, quite okay chain stitch to open. Now that I have my two sides open, I'm gonna iron my material. And I have to tell you something, this material is a stretch, and I wouldn't recommend those patches for a stretchy material. But in that case, the jeans are a little bit wide on my customer. I know. So it will be completely safe. Now I am trying once more to see the two thread. I know I go back and forth, but I wanted to see. And yes, definitely the blue looks better than the gray. Sometimes I use even golden thread, white thread as well, but this time I wanted to make it like more similar to the ribbed thread. So let me show you how I will make this patch. It's so interesting, I love it. So I'm going to use this thread as I said, and I will put it underneath all the time, and for that what I'm gonna do, I will kind of wind it with my hands in the long strikes, and when I have enough, then I can use it in my pants. What I'm looking for is to have it kind of flat, like a skein thread, something like that. And I will put it up in my thread, and for that I'm gonna need other materials, of course. Look at how flat it looks, and this is what I'm looking for. So if you have like a sashiko thread like that, is fantastic. This is the best to do those patches, but the only color I had now is this dark blue, or you can use this one too, and it will be so easy because you just have to cut it. Most of the time I said that I use a white, and this is why I have it on white. So I'm using this fabric glue stick. This one is water soluble. After the first wash, the glue will go. I'm just using it temporarily so I can glue my pieces of threads without any problem. And here you go. What I'm doing, I'm just starting from the bottom part, and I'm putting my first line, and then I go again and kind of wind the thread with my hands in long strikes, and then I will put it again, and then I will keep repeating the same thing until I cover everything. As you can see, it's a job that requires a little bit of patience, but not really that much. You enjoy more doing that job than the patience that you need, and when you know that the results will be fantastic, then you do it so happy. Like, I love to do this kind of patch, of course, because this kind of patch takes more time, sometimes I cannot do it because then I have to charge to my customer a little bit more. But in your case, if you are going to do it at home, just, have fun doing it. So I finished my first part, and as you can see all the thread. I try to stretch it out the best I can, fill up any gaps that I can see, and then I will cut it. If I had a little bit more glue, I would have cut it like the hair, like a tick, 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 tick. But because I don't have so much, I'm just cutting it straight to not have any problem. Now I'm using this interfacing. This is 100% cotton interfacing. It has a glue in one side. I'm using my pinky shear scissors to cut like a square, not like a square, a rectangle, big enough to cover all the thread. And then I will just iron, and with that, the thread will be secure. Let me show you how it looks. You see how it's looking? Looks nice, huh? But wait, we have more to show you. The thread lines look so natural, so well, like it's part of the jeans. Now let's go to the other side, and this side has 2 holes. I won't cover one because the one at the bottom is basically covered. And now I will show you another way that you can do the winding, and probably is a little bit easier. So what I'm doing, I am winding that in my piece of cardboard, but I take 2 at the same time. You can take 3 or 4, it's up to you. And before I put the thread in my material, I have to be sure that my material is very stretched. That's why I'm pinning it. Now I will cut the extreme, and it's kind of flat the way I want it, and probably in an easy way. I'm still lazy and do it the other way, but I think this way is easier and it gives you better results. Yeah, you see how big is that piece? So I don't have to do that so many times if I use this way. But being my head so hard, I'm so stubborn, I keep making it the other way. But anyways, it's finished, it's done, right? So it's okay. Now I'm cutting again the other part, and as I can see, I will put, this one is a little bit bigger because I want to cover the bottom part because I have another plan for it. And look how it looks. Like the other, it looks fantastic. All the threads are there. It looks like it's part of the jeans. Now my next step is to look at matching thread. I'm trying to find a thread that you don't see so much when I do my top stitch, and I will set the length of the stitch at 1.75. The first thing I do is to secure the edges. So I do 1 or 2 stitches on top, and you see, you cannot see it from the top, and then I go to the other edge and do the same, 1 or 2 stitches, and now I know that my edges are secure, and now I can work in my patch. And you've seen me in other videos, I go back and forth, turn, and in this case I don't go up and all the way down all the time, just sometimes. And I finish my first patch, and then I will do exactly the same with the other. Remember, try to make those lines more or less parallel. This is not a matter of you need laser to make it perfect, but if you make it nice, it will look better. So you are trying to look that. I use more or less the width of the foot, and I go every 2 lines parallel using the width, so that way it's easier for me to achieve more or less homogeneous lines. You see, these lines are pretty much homogeneous, like more or less the same distance. And now my next step is to iron, and for the bottom part I will make a kind of embroidery, sashiko inspired, but this is not really sashiko, no. Just inspiration. As I said again, you have to measure your time when you are working with customer, and you don't want to make things that takes too much time, because then you have to charge too much, and you want to make the alterations nice but affordable too, right? So I'm just marking some stars, and I will use my sashiko thread. This is the best. If you are going to to do that, try to find an original one. And these are sashiko needles, and these ones specifically are the first time I'm using them. They are fabulous. They are fantastic. I was using another kind of needle that weren't that good, and this is why I decided to get this one, and I just love it. I realized that I almost can do in one pass the 3, but I probably, if I use a bigger needle, will be better. So I changed my needle to a bigger one, and in one pass I can do the whole thing, and I can do my job easier and faster. See, this is the fantastic thing of this needle, because the needle is firm but is sharp enough so you can do the job and it doesn't bend. It's just great. Honestly, I'm telling you, it's the first time that I've used this brand specifically, and I love it. I'm doing my embroider. It's just I'm not trying to do anything perfect, just something that looks nice and it will last long at the same time, because I'm securing it with this embroider, all the stitches. And now my embroider is almost done, and here you go. You see, just nice. And I will do another embroider to the other side just to balance the job. And this one I will make it a little bit different. I didn't put any patch underneath because the embroider per se will hold everything, and in this case specifically, that the jeans is not really broken, it will hold enough. And here you go. Let me iron, and I just need to close the sides of my jeans and the job is done. I really like it. I found this really nice. Not always I have the customer, because they don't understand sometimes what I mean when I try to explain, oh, I can use just thread. But look at that. Look how these pants look. Looks at this patch, the embroider, everything is just so young, so nice, so fresh. So guys, I hope that you like this video. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you so much. Bye.